Right. Really pretty day in Destin. Although it's like 54 degrees, it is really pretty. Gas $2.99 at the Walmart in Destin. So there you have it. All these people are out in front of mirrors. Oh, it was cold last night. Oh, that's near the 790 place. Must have sold out. I needed to go by Hobby Lobby, but I don't feel like it, so I'm not doing it. There's big money, stainless sink. When I opened my lounge, I went to the auctions, restaurant auctions in downtown LA, and boy, that used stuff is cheaper than brand new, but it's still super expensive. And who is that? Roxanne, what's going on? What's happening? So had True Blessing yesterday. It was really cool because I was pretty down and out, and that rocked my world, that's for sure. It doesn't solve everything, but it's a good start. Then I woke up to a sale this morning on one of my websites, and that was even better. I checked on my shoe order. It's being shipped directly from the manufacturer in California, and it's not Bleezers. It's from Ellie, and it's kind of moving along by FedEx. It was in Arizona last night. It's supposed to be here on the 18th. So, as long as I get it before the 20th, I'll be a happy camper. Because then I have to ship on the 20th. I have top ratings right now, and I want to ruin that. So, this is going to be a little bouncy because I don't know where my thingy is. Let me see, I can put a towel under this and make a hair better. Because we're going to be driving through the land of stupid here. That might be a little better. These tourists really bite. So I was just in Walmart, and an employee, of all people, here we are shopping in there to make their paycheck. And I'm trying to cruise through the back of the store by electronics so I can stay away from people. Got a face mask on. And this guy is standing there right in the middle of the aisle, kind of looking at TVs and putting sanitizer on his hands. And, I go through so many phone mounts. I've done a lot with DoorDash, but, I got, an extra long one and a short one that I have mounted, and then I've got some extra ones too. I've got like a box of them. Don't throw them away because you can exchange parts on them. They fit each other. A lot of them do. So if you break one part, like the clip clamp usually breaks, and if you break that, you just switch one from another one. But anyway, so I was trying to get through, and I stood there patiently until he kind of saw me, and then he was like, so what are you waiting on? And I was like, if you could just give me a little room to get by, sir, excuse me. And he just waved his hand out like, go ahead. Then he says, we both have masks on. And I was like, no, I don't. I tried to get on Uber, but I have a straight talk phone, and I ended up with somebody else's phone number. And I tried forever to get on Uber Eats, and it kept rejecting because it said I already had an account. That's the bad thing about these car phones. They they reuse the phone numbers and it screws you up. You know, like, you know, you'll call something, you end up blocked, and it's like, you know, why is it blocking my call? If I call it from my office phone, it doesn't block it. You know, like when you call something you've never called before. That's the only thing about those reused phone numbers. But yeah, I never could get on that. They don't pay good anyway. And one of the cars I mainly drive is a big 8-cylinder, and it really sucks the fuel up. And I cannot do any orders under $10. As a matter of fact, I just did some DoorDash the other day, and I've got to do a vlog about that. Still pretty perturbed about it. I was really perturbed. It was just absolutely worthless. I had to drive around 8 times to get to the guy's place, and he was a jerk. Looks like we might be able to get through Destin without too much trouble here. It's usually a living nightmare, day and night. Yeah, I changed my number recently because somebody hijacked my phone or something. I couldn't even put phone time on it. I have a good idea who did it. And it's somebody here. A real good idea who did it. It was horrible. I bought that card and they don't refund those phone cards, you know. And I could not enter on my phone. I had to spend 4 hours in Walmart. I did a vlog about that. I had to spend 4 hours in Walmart on their phone with Straight Talk. And I said, just turn the sucker off and give me a new number. I said, because it's already off. It says account not active or some damn thing. So I got a new number. But I'll say it was a good thing because somebody posted my phone number and stuff on the internet, and I was having a lot of problems with that. Threatening, terrorizing calls and stuff. It was pretty bad. For like a year. Crab Island has nobody. Nobody. Water's a little bit rough out there, but no whitecaps. Look at this motorcycle guy. Have you gone crazy? Dude. It's 35 on this bridge, and I got to scream through here. There's usually cops all over the place. You don't want to take it in Destin, Florida. That's for sure. You probably don't want to take it anywhere in Florida. For any reason. I'm so sad. My buddy Stan Lee, that's been manager of Walmart Auto in Destin, is no longer there. I've been looking for his car, and I knew him from the Cadillac dealer. And he ended up going to work for Walmart, and then he was a big manager for the longest here. And my buddy, he's not there. I'll have to talk to some more of my friends. I didn't have time to talk to some of my other friends over there, but I gotta find out where he's at. So I think the Native Camp website is back up online now. There are some people getting in. Yesterday I went through like all different browsers to see if I could get through, and I still couldn't get through. And then the phone app kind of works here and there, and in the last 24 hours, and even every day it's been down. I could get on the phone app for about 5 minutes once a day, so I was like canceling open classes that weren't scheduled because I didn't want to get billed from somebody's scheduled one and I can't get on the other side, on my computer. So I've been just kind of canceling a bunch of classes every day I get in so I don't get billed for that. Because if you don't show up for class, they bill you. So, but I missed that sign-up thing where you get $50 bonus right off the top for the first class you teach in 15 days. That was just total royal bummer. I didn't want to use the referral code because I just figured it was helping somebody else and not doing nothing for me. But really, if you use that code, you get $50 cash put in your bank account. You can do one class in 15 days. And, it just takes, a couple days to get through that system and be ready to teach. So, if you drag it, don't do everything you're supposed to be doing, then it can take a week. But the application is really simple. It's amazingly simple. And the U.S. citizens get paid higher, and people with, ESL teaching or ESL experience or teaching experience get paid a little more. I get paid a little bit more, so it works out pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that signal drops when I'm going over between Destin and the island. And wait till I tell you about T-Mobile. I went and paid my bill yesterday before it was due. I thought it was already due. And I didn't want to go through getting it shut off again. And, I hate when they get plastic bags all over the damn road. I had one stuck under my car for like 2 months. Could not get it off. Of course, I smell like burning plastic all the time. Yeah, I went in and paid that, hoping to God they don't play the disconnect game, because I think I've had it disconnected like 3 times for no reason. Signal was really crappy yesterday. It was way down, like 10%. And it really did. And then it came back up about 3 or 4. Yeah, I usually use other people's referral codes on a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, I didn't know that it was really going to benefit me because the person didn't tell me anything about how it would benefit me. So that's why I went and I did a vlog. This guy going to go right through the red light. So that's why I did a vlog to explain to people so that they would use the code. For the, what the good reason is to use the code. And it's a real good reason. I mean, $50 right off the top. For the first class, that's 25 minutes of your time. So it's like $50 an hour without even doing an hour. So I missed out on that deal. And I watched a lot of YouTube vlogs on it and read a lot of stuff on the internet before I even fooled with that mess. But really, it's a cool way to go. The pay is really good, especially for what you do. It goes by so quick. Oh my gosh, one class goes by super fast. And you can just bang on them, man. You can, just whack away. There was one guy I was talking to, and he's done like 400 classes from Friday to like Tuesday. Yeah. And then I did that pay one yesterday, and what the pay's like, because everybody always asks that, what's the pay like? Did you get paid? And I mean, it's all over the internet, but I guess I'm too lazy to look. What's really funny is in the forums and stuff for people that are teaching, you get the most stupid questions. And it's like, how do these people even function? Everything's in that website. everything. And they ask the most stupid questions. And then they ask technical questions that nobody knows but, and see. I mean, it would be obvious you just send them an inquiry, which is their email service, and just ask a simple question. I mean, these jamokes you're talking to, they don't know. There's a big boat. Cigarette. Dude, you need to do something at the bottom of that boat. It looks nasty poo-poo. People don't realize the responsibility with boats. The financial responsibility, and two, the work it takes to own a boat. You don't just drop it in there and pull it out. And you don't just drop it in there, stick it in the slip, and use it once a year. Because it requires maintenance. It's not a very cheap hobby. Even with a sailboat, it's not a cheap hobby. I love sailing, though. I'd rather be sailing right now. That's for sure. Man, it is pretty tonight, even though it's cool. It's just the sun's shining. It's the prettiest day. Oh, they have that outdoor church over here. See? Outdoor church. I guess they're feeding everybody, too. I guess I should have dropped by there. I wouldn't mind grabbing some food from an outdoor place, people far away. The outdoor is a safe place to be right now. It's a pandemic. Oh, they tore my favorite building down I wanted to buy forever. It is gone. Man, they tore it down, now they're listing. I thought somebody bought it. The dogs. I kind of had a funny feeling, though. That building has been there since, gosh, as long as I can remember. And I've seen the two businesses that went through it. And I've always wanted that exact location right there for a lot of reasons. One, because the Pirate Festival's right here. And you wouldn't have to rent a basement if you have a business. And it's just ideal because you get walking traffic. And it's all next to all the restaurants and everything's on the main drag. They wanted $1 million for that before the pandemic started. Huge building, loading dock, everything. So sad. A friend of mine that was almost going to purchase it for me out in Louisiana, a guy I've known for years and years and years, and he probably would have been mad at me because it was an older building. It's hard in this area in Valpy and out at Eglin and everything to open a business because when you rent from somebody, if you don't buy it, it's a nightmare. It costs you in the thousands to start up because, the fire people come down and the code people come down. Then you have to do all this stuff because the landlord's not going to do it. And it's like, why do they even rent it to me like that? But they don't care. If you want to open your business, it's going to cost you about $60K. Car dealerships slammed cars again. They were empty for a minute. Couldn't find a car for their life. Now they're slamming cars. I need to go by the dealership for my car. It's got 2 recalls on it. I really need to do it. It's just, I gotta empty everything out before I take it down there. They have a cool waiting room though. They got like free food and drink. It's really elaborate. It's actually nicer than the Cadillac dealer. Dothan has a pretty cool setup. Look at all the vets right there. Those brand new vets that nobody could get. Sucker got like a dozen. He always has a lot of yellow ones. I guess yellow's real popular. I wouldn't have a yellow car. They like them in Oklahoma because they say they don't collect dirt. You can't see the dirt on them. If you're gonna get a toy car, don't get a bright color, because the cops will be on your tail at all times. It looks like it's going 60 mile an hour in park. And wait till you're about 30 before you get a toy car. Your insurance is cheaper. They have a little more respect for you. You have more respect for yourself. You drive human, you know. That's what I did. Actually, I bought my dream car when I was 26, and it was a car that, you know, I saw when I was a kid. I thought was kind of cool, and I kind of ended up with it. Somebody picked it out for me with my money, because I had a huge lawsuit when I left California that ended up paying. I was kind of surprised, and 3/4 of that money was stolen by my best friend, some Brownsman. He went down and he said, "I found you a car." I'm like, "Well, I got a car." And he went down to a friend of his. He told me, "Go get this car. You know, I've already put some money down on it and everything." And that was all lies. But I went and got it, paid the guy a couple thousand, and then turned around and just paid it off. I think it was $1,500 left on it. I just turned out and paid it off like a week later. So that's good enough. And hell, the damn car was $6K, dude. And it wasn't. But I had a car for a lot of years, but they stole that sucker. And I had so much money in that car. I had 20K into that car. Is that the festive Uberman Tampa? Is Uberman Tampa on here? He never comes by here. I go by his place all the time. Comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. That sucker never come by here. He used to. I love the death out of his spouse. His spouse is a freaking riot and absolutely brilliant. His spouse is really good on computer stuff. Amazingly good on computer stuff. And then Uberman is really smart about property stuff. He helped me a lot during that illegal eviction. He's really smart. But he's worked in the hospitality industry. Yeah, you probably don't know it, but he's worked in the hospitality industry for some time. It's amazing he does all this other stuff when he's really much more suited for the hospitality industry. Okay, hi, how you doing? Did you happen to know you're in the middle of the road driving? Oh, it's a lovely day in the neighborhood. Inspirational Nomad! That's the man of the hour. What is going on, buddy? How are you doing? Maybe I should pull over and talk to some folks. Peppers, God, I went there and I gave that girl like a $20 tip. And she was the worst waitress, I swear. She would never come back to the table. Oh, this is a good Oriental place right here. This Gin Gin, and the Gin Gin that's out at the base out at Eglin is really good too. Let's just go right over here. There's Fridays across the street. And this is Longhorns. I need to go get a prime rib from there, man. I got part of the electrics out of my office. So what's going on, you guys? So good to see you. So, I love when the Inspirational Nomad drops by. If you get a chance, go check out his channel. He's got some absolutely fantastic vlogs. And you want somebody who's down to earth and true to life, that's the one. He's not going to play with you. He's all the way live. So how's everybody doing today? I've got to get to work. I'm going to see if I can get up and teach today. If I can get on that site. And, because the app's been working since late last night all the way till now. The phone app. So I'm hoping the website's up. Because usually if the app's working, the site will work. That's about 90% of the time. But yeah, so, got a lot to do today. I need to go by the post and get a new P.O. box. I really need to do that. I don't know if I have time to fool with it, though. I might just save that for Monday. Because I want to try to open another Amazon account. I don't know if they'll let me do it, but they threw me out like 3 times. But we'll see what happens. Because I got all new info. But other than that, that's kind of about it. I got lots to do today. I got part of the power out in my office. That's a big concern. It's in my photo room where I do all my photography for my site and stuff. I do a lot of YouTube in there too. But and I have a refrigerator, a small refrigerator in there, and I'm gonna have to, I guess, put a big cord on it and lead it around the wall. Put a big industrial cord on it. Because you're not supposed to do that, but I probably don't have a choice. I can't exactly move it into the main office because there's no place to put it because I've got so much inventory that's listed and so much that's not listed yet. So, but anyway, hey, I'm so glad you guys dropped by this morning. I thought I'd jump on the live. I just renewed my phone, so I have some time. Whatever happened to the ex-landlord? Actually, she stole my $1,000. I never got that back, and I have a law in Florida about that, apparently. And I left the place really nice. As a matter of fact, I left her gifts because the vertical blinds were trash, and I bought some beautiful high dollar ones I ran across one day, really reasonable. And I left those there for her as a gift. I also left her a huge emerald green granite countertop piece that you could put on the counter because the counters were damaged when I moved in. And she didn't want to put any money into it at all. And she had the intention of selling it before I rented. But then she just wanted to put me in the street. You know, when the market jumped 3 times, she just sent me text messages like, you need to move out. You know, in you know, 15 days or something. I'm like, excuse me? Then she wouldn't take my rent and all that. But she just, you know, it's like a year later, she finally sold it. She couldn't sell it. And that was really stupid because she lost that revenue, $1,000 a month, and put me in the street. So I guess she got payback on that deal. But I don't think she's very bright to begin with. I saw her in the art store the other day with her daddy in a wheelchair. And he normally isn't in a wheelchair. And I have a funny feeling he may have passed away. He was the money. I don't think she hardly ever worked. I think she just ran around places. I think my money was her casino money, honestly. I really do, because she couldn't wait to get that. She had me always leave it under the doormat outside the house. And that scared me to death because somebody would steal it. And in fact, it gets wet in the storms. You know? And I always paid her rent in advance. In fact, when I rented the place, I paid her another rent like 6 days later. You know? And when I have the money, I just pay people. You know, I don't want to drag it out. Yeah, no, my ex-landlord didn't get in any trouble. You know? I talked to the newspaper, I talked to the government about it and stuff, and reported her. And, you know, I had a really good lawyer, the top lawyer in the state of Florida, who handles properties. And he's pretty cool. Great guy. I've dealt with them a few times here, and uh, it just, it was really cruel and inhumane. I mean, it was just a really bad time. If there wasn't a pandemic, I'd have been okay. I'd have been able just to move to another place. I had $2,000 when I left there, and there was nothing. People were sitting on places not paying rent for a year, and I always paid my rent. And I couldn't get anything to rent. And the storages were $300 each. I had four of them at that time, four small ones, till I moved them to a cheaper place. And the fuel when you're boondocking, mother of God, you use a lot of fuel, and you use more fuel than you do running DoorDash. And then having to, go in stores and buy stuff all the time because, you don't have a refrigerator in your car, you can't cook. It's just so expensive boondocking. Um, I mean, right now I'm paying almost $1,000 a month and I'm homeless. I mean, how does that work? I can't even believe that. Um, there's a few things here and there to rent lately in the past few months, but everything is 1,500 and up, pretty much. It's just that rents aren't going down. Property's going down a little bit, but rents aren't going down. But I probably won't stay here. I've worked here for years and lived in other states and come down here to work, but um, I'm kind of open to other places. I've thought about a lot of different places. I have an open offer in California with the house paid for, everything, and I haven't taken up on that yet. I don't know that I will. I'm just, not there yet. So I'm just trying to get all this stock sold off and reduce on storages because I'm paying for my stock to be housed. And I work every day. I'm putting 14 to 17 hours in a day. I've never worked harder in my life. But, Elon Musk did it that way and still does. I'm 4 years ahead of everybody else because I put so many hours in. So, and sometimes I feel like I'm really sliding backwards, but, then tomorrow's another day. When you wake up tomorrow's another day, and it's usually 200% better. So, it's just kind of, a little hectic at times. Otherwise, it's super smooth. Smooth as Jiffy peanut butter. But it's been tough. It's been a long haul. It's been very hard. It's been duly hard. And then I had another very interesting setback, and they know who they are. And I had to deal with that for um, a minute, and that will end in about a year. But all I can say is, I hope you reap what you sow. um, because uh, you should really be nice to people all the time. If you're usually nice to people and you're a good person, you have a good heart, you get that back. If you do evil things to people for no reason at all and they haven't done anything to you or anything else, that's very wrong. Um, that's why I say reap what you sow. That stuff will come back on you. You be careful what evil stuff you do in your lifetime because it's going to come back to haunt you one way or another. You're going to take a gigantic loss one way or another in your lifetime, whether it be financially or humans or whatever. It's going to come back to haunt you. So you just try to be good, try to be positive, try to keep going forward. Don't mess with folks. You know, stick to your guns, man. You know what I mean? Don't let anybody break your stride. Just keep smiling. And that's what I do. You know, um, I give people 3 chances for stupidity when I shouldn't. 3 chances for stupidity Once you've blown a third chance, that party's over. I'm done with you. Don't have the time of day for you. Don't have the breath to waste to talk to you. And that's just the way I am because it's just too much trouble. I don't need the drama and the stress. I can't babysit you. Didn't take you in to raise. You know, you're a grown human being. Oh God, more spammers. I don't know why. See, that's the one thing about Inspirational Nomad. You know, he just changed his channel where he stopped all the members only chats. And uh it's good in one way and it's bad in another. It's, you know, it was good because it keeps all the junk off that just lands on your channel while you're in the live advertising. Their sex channels or whatever it is they do. It keeps the kids off that just get on there and start talking crap, the little kids, and disrupting the conversation. But it hurts when, you know, it's $10 a pop a month. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I need that $10 for gas or food. So it hurt because I absolutely love Inspirational Nomad. But I just couldn't afford to sign up for that. Just could not. So I still watched all his stuff, still commented later. But I always enjoyed, you know, the live with him because he's a character, you know. He's really a character. And there's a lot of topics he brings up. You just want to get in there and type a comment, you know. And then when it's $10 a month, you can't. If you're not a sub. But he dumped all of his paid subs off. I wouldn't have done it quite that much. I probably would have made it $2. You know, that way you keep the garbage off from flying in there free and putting all their spam on your lives. But still a really cool channel to watch. He comes up with some really cool vlogs. And he has good points, you know. But yeah, that's kind of about it. I got a big day today. I got so much stuff I need to do. Don't know what to do first. But, you know, it's all right. One way or another, I'll make money. I'm glad I got that ordered. Came in this morning. And I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, because that site is so sorry. I'm going to tell you, selling on Etsy just bites. It is the slowest site I've just about ever been on. I guess the worst ones were Instagram. I never sold a darn thing on Instagram. And everybody's telling me, get on Instagram. I put 100 different ads on there. Didn't sell poop. And then I've tried some other sites, and they were junk. You know, you read about them, it's supposed to be good and everything, and it's not. I think I was on Bonanza. I tried some other stuff, and they were just garbage. Didn't do a thing for me. And most of those cheaper sites, I just want you to start buying all this advertisement. It's like, dude, it's your site. You advertise it. I'm a seller, you know? So, I can't keep paying a bunch of junk and it takes away from my profit. So a friend of mine had this surgery this month. You'll never believe it. She has cut her tongue in half. Yeah. Cut her tongue in half. And it looked really gory. She had put pictures up on the internet and videos of like, oh, it looked like Frankenstein. And I thought, boy, you know, it's going to get infected and they're going to end up cutting her tongue off. But she did have some problems with it. But I guess she got over it. But, man, that's some creepy stuff, you know. You ever seen anybody with their tongue cut in half? And what do you do with that all your life? You know, I mean, ew. I don't even know if you can repair that. I did Macari too. I don't do crap on there. Etsy just you know, they don't promote Etsy enough. They just don't. They want you to pay. Like, I had some car parts for $110. And all of a sudden, they sold, and Etsy took $40 plus all their other fees. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And they were like, you got it, the sale from Etsy sales advertising or something. I'm like, I didn't sign up for that. So I went into a couple forums and read about it, and the seller said you can opt out of that, but they don't tell you about it when you first start. And man, they take 40% of your sale right off the top to pay for the ad thing, and then they take all their other fees out, which is like $10. They have all these miscellaneous little fees, and uh, I was mad as hell. I'm like, I am not shipping, even though it was going to go to Florida, but still, it costs like $30. And yeah, I wanted to sell the damn parts, but you know, I'm not going to sell it for half price. So they said that you can turn around and cancel the sale, like the customer, canceled it. So I went in there and I canceled the damn sale and refunded them. And I actually had to go deposit money into the account that it comes out of, because you have two different accounts on Etsy. You have a card and then a bank. And so the card I had to go deposit money to, so I could refund it. So that was another trip. But because I wanted to refund right away. I don't like taking anybody's money. If I can't ship, I don't want to take their money. I don't like it when I order something, I can't get that sucker. And so yeah, I refunded it back. Thank God they didn't leave me any rating or anything, because I could have got a real bad rating out of that. But yeah, I canceled that sucker. I'm not doing that. And then I went in there and found a way to get in there to remove that stuff. And they're like, "Are you sure you want to remove it? Because you get so much promo in public on the internet with your store and all your products if you remove it." You know, and I'm like, I'm not paying you half of every sale. You can forget it. I mean, I have to turn around and jack the prices up just to accommodate that. That's just like selling in the clubs. When I sell in some of the nightclubs, they take a cut of your sales. And so my uh, prices are geared for that. So, I don't cut my own throat on my own products, that I can afford to pay house and throw some tips here and there to the bartender who gives me free cokes and stuff like that. But no, I don't do eBay. eBay just, it's too expensive. And it's so problematic. People say they don't get the order, even when you put tracking numbers, signature confirmation, all that. They leave you crap feedback. And the people you buy from rip you off. They don't ever ship. They're just taking your money. Um, you know, it, the biggest problem I had with eBay, the last time I was on eBay, and I sold a ton on eBay. I used to do 2,000 to 3,000 a week and then 5,000 a week on Amazon, and all at the same time, plus work. And the problem with eBay is it's like owning a brick and mortar store. It's so expensive to run on eBay. It's insanely expensive. What you pay for your ads, and what you pay when it sells, and they charge you a fee on the shipping. They charge you a fee on the retail price, and they charge you another fee, and then they charge you another fee to ship the money to PayPal, and then PayPal charges you money for accepting the money, and it's just, the more money that's being moved, the more expensive the fee. It's like $10 every 100. And so it's just way too expensive. You know. Um I've never been a huge fan of eBay anyway, anyhow, no matter how much I sold or how little I sold. I did it for years and I hated it. absolutely hated it. It just was killing my money. I mean, I made huge income because I sold a lot of stuff, but used stuff's real good on there. It is super, super good if you're selling anything used. Um, you can make out like bacon. I found a jacket in the trash one time in the rain, soaking wet like a wet dog. Suede jacket. We were driving, my brother and I were driving we used to go do karaoke and drink cokes and do karaoke. And we'd go from club to club doing karaoke. And people would go, yay, when we walk in the door and stuff. And so we were driving a storm one night. He was a scrapper on the side. He's retired, military and all that. But he did scrap. And we were driving, it was pouring down rain. And there was this big pile. We were both kind of eyeballing it. And he had his truck, and we pulled over, and there was so much metal in there. He was going crazy, throwing that stuff in there in the rain. And I looked over, and I took this box, big suitcase box, got that, and then was looking at, there was this thing. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was cardboard. And it was a jacket. And it was like a Wild Bill jacket with the fringe on it. Men's jacket, like a 42 or something like that, 44. Took that. And he goes, God, what are you going to do with that? I said, it's a jacket. And I said, I think it's suede. And he says, man, this thing's junk. I said, no, it's not. So I used to work for a leather company. So I took that, I cleaned that jacket up. Cost me $12 to clean it up and straighten it out. And I sold that jacket for $400. I started it for $25 on eBay. And the girl that bought it got it for her boyfriend, and she sent me, messages even after she got it. It was just so wonderful. I mean, that's like $1,000 jacket when I was selling leather for Leatherbound Ltd. in the Valley in California. And so, this is many years later. So I hadn't priced the market or anything, but I knew, bottom line what it could be worth. But I just put like 20 on there because I had, just under that and stuff to get it straightened out. It took me 2 weeks to straighten the jacket out, but I made out like bacon. $400. They were fighting over that crap. So used stuff's real good, you know. But I can't stand the eBay site. They take too much money. Them and PayPal both. And then I understand PayPal just sold out to somebody else. But yeah. So I don't know. But, well, I gotta go to work, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you came by and so glad you rode with me today. In the car here. Because we had a great time. It was actually a decent drive from Destin for once. It's rare. It's so rare. Anyway, I love you guys. And do something kind for a stranger. Love everybody. And too much of a good thing is wonderful. We'll take a ton of that. Be kind, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Love you.